Okay, guys, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. We are continuing on to the fourth case, the Abbey Grange affair. Let's get started.
The game is afoot. Not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Oh god, do I dare look at the telescope at night? Oh, stop! Why is she always standing there? All the time.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful. I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
Those things are so old, wax seals.
Arms.
Okay, my dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I'll see that everything is kept exactly as I found it. But I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Okay, so we gotta head to Abbey Grange. Whew! A lot of work, baby. Up early, goddamn, and he's just all proper. I don't get how a dude can do that. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get out of here.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker. The poor lady, she has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right. I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Lady
So it is
Brackenstall
murder.
awaits
Never
you in
mind.
the
I
morning
thought.
room.
Well, I guess she would have been assaulted. So it's.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room. Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
That's the evening room. Oh my God! I get it. Is this the right room?
Lady,
Is this correct?
allow me
Shit.
to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade
Oh
in
my.
this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Who fucking punches a woman? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you motherfuckers? Like, Jesus Christ, man. That's like such a bitch move. I understand defending yourself if she's trying to kill you or, you know, harm you in any way. But the problem with society nowadays is men get beat by women all the time. I'm serious. Domestic violence isn't just done by the men. But they're too ashamed or no one believes them. No one gives a fuck. It's true.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Okay. What happened last
Really
night?
necessary. I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Is something
Yes,
missing?
I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one.
Not
Was
a happy
there anything
marriage.
specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week
Old
old.
bruises.
Your husband
saw that
caused
shit.
those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship?
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
And that's how shit was back then. There was no...
Teresa, I would like
Dr.
to hear
Teresa.
your testimony.
She'll give us the
Certainly,
deets.
sir.
She's... yeah. Let's do a profile. She committed the crime. She's a little older. I'm not seeing what they're on about. Caring. Working hands. Coffee
As I sat
stain.
by my bedroom window, I
Pretty
saw
standard
3 men
stuff.
in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Well, it's needed, so that's it. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they are known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including that the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all 3 men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile of this family of delinquents. We would like to take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about the highly dangerous band and to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of 3, a father and his 2 sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s and already gray-haired, while of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age, but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is somewhat weaker constitution and is as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert and may your valuables stay safe.
Is identical to the one in the Times article.
So we can say that they did it. No, what the no. The robbery was faked and the whole invented in order to blame Sir Eustace's death on the Randalls. So far, like you said, she could have done something. But let's not deduce anything. We'll start with that. We'll play the role of the woman is innocent at all times for now, and we'll uncover what's what.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture
Oh, look,
frame.
it's been moved.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Anything
This
could be of
photograph
interest.
Lady Brackenstall and her
We'll check
maid
it out.
Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Hell, she could be like 18, Lady Brackenstall. And Sir Eunice or whatever, Eustace, he could be fucking like ancient. That's how shit was, bruh. It's fucked up. Anything else I need to know here? This note. Oh, spin it. Should say on the back of the photograph.
The lady and her maid
Rock
came
of
from
Gibraltar,
Australia
Adelaide,
a year and a half ago
1893.
on this ship.
Okay, good to know. Anything else worth looking at before we talk to the lady again? Doesn't appear to be. All right, lady. We need you to open that
Lady
safe.
Brackenstall, could you
I need to get
open
the
this
swag
wall
that
safe?
that lies within.
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship.
Cock. Do I have to hack it?
Let us try to open this safe.
Hold on.
This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial
Isn't that-
will vibrate
Oh, my.
when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. So it's left first. Oh, there it is. So 15. Okay, now we go right. Okay. Oh. 2. 21. Looks like it. No, it's not. Well, sort of. My gray matters. What do we got in here? God, that's so easy. If safes were like that back then, anyone would take shit. Medical report. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decompensation. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There's a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excessive alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options.
Valuables in a safe
could be a lot of
painting.
things.
It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
Okay. See, they didn't take anything from the safe. Alright, let me check something.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
So I gotta ask her. I'm gonna ask her about the health. Teresa about the
Sir
health.
Eustace's doctor
She'd probably
speaks
know
of
more
his
than the
violent
girl.
behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
See, there's a possibility that they were together in killing him. And if that's the case, I can't really say, you know, I feel bad for the dude. No acquaintance. Lady Brackenstall married Sir Eustace shortly after arriving in England and remained at home during that time. There's little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. I don't know. It could be anything. Acquainted with a sailor. We need to find more about that first. So let's look into this a little bit more. That's that. So now I have to go to the crime scene. That was all just talking to her.
What do you know?
like, bruh,
about
this is
Sir
what we
Eustace,
found out.
Inspector?
Reckon
what was
you-
his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments, he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day, he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
What?
The
That's
alcohol
terrible.
seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
What a fucking maniac, bro. This dude needs to be like, shut the fuck down. Okay, this'll help. Was violent. So yeah, this is the domestic violence one I read about. Alright, so let's get a little closer.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Oh my.
So, Watson, what have you learned from
Is he a fat
examining
fuck?
Sir Eustace's
He
body?
looks like it.
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Okay.
The hunting scene.
It's quite the house.
Antique hunting weapons.
Just gonna check around the place.
The hunting scene.
Okay, this is where
This candlestick is valuable.
this is where shit was
It is
stolen.
interesting that it was not also stolen. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
That's why it's possible.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
Why wouldn't you just take the box, you noobs? Good God. I'm missing something else.
A bottle of wine is missing here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
They could have made way more money. So either they were in a hurry,
deer hunt.
but I'm kind of leaning towards a
A
setup.
fur trader's cabin.
Seriously, that's what I'm kind of leaning for.
This door
And they
leads to
use
the
that
upstairs
as a,
bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
So I guess we don't have to worry
A
about
fur
it.
trader's cabin.
Alright, we'll check him out.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable
Glasses.
pair indeed.
There's the decanter.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces.
So what does
It
that
is
mean?
rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear. Chateau Calon Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
Interesting.
It appears
What's up
that
with the
bell rope
mantelpiece?
was cut by someone taller than me.
And he's pretty tall, isn't he? Let's check this guy out.
Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. That must be the murder weapon.
This is what he was killed with.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
Oh my. He got fucked up. Let's take a look. Dead body. Bent poker. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to the poker blow. Okay, and what else we have? Dead body. There you go, that'll help. There are 3 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One of the 3 probably no, that's stupid. There are 2 people drinking wine out of the glass. The main glass was the bee's wing, consisted solely of the dregs. Ah. I don't know. We don't know that yet. Oh, and it doesn't make sense. Right, because the Randalls were blamed. I don't know. Let's just leave it like this. There were 3 people. It's just very, very coincidental, you know?
Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Let's see what else we got. Deadly accident. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to this accidentally striking his head on the fireplace grate. Again, we don't have enough clues to figure this out.
Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully
His feet are
dress.
exposed.
A fur trader.
Must be more in here.
The death was instant.
Okay, Watson, move the fuck out the way. One sec, let's check something. So there's still more to inspect here. What am I missing? Watson, are you blocking something that I should know about? Oh, wait, what's this? Anything on the floor? No, it's just a shadow.
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut. A hunting scene. A hunter's cabin.
They're all the same picture. Get something better than
This
a
house
fucking
feels
cabin.
rather sinister. I can't say that I like it here.
What am I missing? Anything at all?
Sailor's knots.
Ah,
That's interesting. This rope was handled
the rope.
by the murderers.
That's where she was tied.
We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me. This is the
Toby.
chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Go find Toby.